So good to see all of you. Miss you, love you. Oh my God.
Remember this? Remember this?
Yes. I remember that.
How are you?
I'm really good. I'm gonna get start to sign.
Yeah. Good luck.
Do I need to put you on the list?
I'm on good.
Is it?
I got it.
Okay. Love you all.
Thanks for doing this.
Party. I'm sorry. Okay, guys. I'll see you.
Thank you. Bye, Tori.
Bye, Tori.
As I dreamed of this moment. Wow, it's been so long. It has though, hasn't it? It's been a long time. I've missed you guys. So it's been, I've never experienced this long of a time without doing live shows or having this kind of communication and communion. So it's been a real void, truthfully.
Well, you got us through it.
Oh, well, you got me through it. There is a little fairy who was sending letters to me. So thank you, because those letters I read them over and over. I had over 100, I think. I can't count, but over and over and over again. So thank you.
Obviously, you've spent so many years in the ability and being so open with people, or does it not really? Is it so natural to kind of express yourself that way? You're not thinking in those terms.
Are you a different person than when this pandemic started?
Yes.
Kind of.
Me too.
Yeah.
Third wave.
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. And there are some days I'm thinking, I don't know who this person is sitting in this chair anymore, because I don't know how she's going to get out of this chair. How does this happen? I didn't know. Somebody told me tonight their first lockdown was hell, because their record, they had an EP out and their tour got canceled. The EP got stopped and the band. I have to live with these gals. Oh, I can't. No, for 30 years, I can't do that. No.
Can't do that.
I need them for the next 7 months as we tour. I can't have mutiny.
It's like choosing between siblings, isn't it? You can't.
Oh my
really
God. No.
Okay. I feel like your music over the years has really cut beneath the surface of what it means and what it is to be a woman. And when I think back, looking through history from biblical times and the witchcraft, the witchcraft trials, and then our
rehearsals. Rehearsals are going to be interesting because John Evans and I are set to talk in a few days about what repertoire we want. So if you all want to put requests in, what you're hoping.
That's scary.
That is scary, but scary fun. Because we're looking at the catalog for the last 30 years. We have a new drummer. His name is Ash Sohan. He's a great British drummer, and I'm a fan. So it's going to be really always interesting to work with a new musician, but we have to begin from the beginning because he has to learn the repertoire we choose, but we can choose anything. So it's not just, so Matt knew, of course, hundreds of songs, and that meant, how do I plan a set list? But now we have to decide which songs we're going to work up. So if they're favorites, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm open.
Does that
Yeah.
Bam! Bam!
Happy work.
Do you feel
Do you know, that's funny. This drummer worked with him, Trevor Horn. funny. Small world.
But does that limit you?
Convenient. Yeah. The thing about that song is all we can do is be the best selves we can be. Try and be true. Try and, ask yourself, ask myself, is my intention the right one? Are we trying to make good art here? Are we trying to give a good show? Are we trying to do something that uplifts? And then that's all I think we can do as artists.
Yeah. In terms of your music,
I mean, emotionally, if I'm in a funny place and something's coming up, then maybe, but usually it's technical, that we're not able to get it in rehearsal. So sound check is mandatory for everybody, the crew included, and that's where we really try and work out if we can make it happen or not, as most people know. So if it doesn't get in there, it's because something wasn't working. It's not usually because...
It's not really an emotional level to it.
Not usually.
This is a bit of a random one, but in recent years it seems like you've made peace with Why Can't Tori Read, and that your fans have actually really embraced the album. Would you ever come up with a contemporary arrangement or a re-release of the album? You're not quite in that place.
I don't know. I think it stands the way it was. I think it needs to stand.
Okay.
But I do think we should work some songs up from it on the tour.
Would you say...
I listened to the new Atmos mixes. I had to be in a room with loads and loads and loads of speakers to get the Atmos, or you think it's so weird. But anyway, they're coming out. I'm on the fence about them, but I think 80 did a great job on them, and so that's a new kind of mix that the industry's pushing on everybody. So yes, I've been listening. But once I've listened and I've sent it out, then I usually walk away from that album for a while. Yeah, I have to walk away,
Okay.
And then prepare for the tour. So then I have to start listening to, go back to 98 and figure out which choir girl tune is going to come on the tour.
And then it gives them fresh life again as well, I expect.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hold out.
Possible.
I've heard many songwriters say they actually don't listen to a lot of other artists' music.
It's hard to be subjective. It's like judging not your kids, but it is judging maybe your best friends. And that's really hard because each one offers something. They might not be as, look at me, but they serve a purpose. And that's why some don't get as much love as others. I'm aware of that. And some get love much, much later on. But Beekeeper has had a really tough go. People have been a bit tough on her.
We like her now.
But maybe we'll get some songs out on tour and get them grooving out there. And
Do you feel protective of your songs or albums that you don't feel like get the recognition they deserve? Does it,
Well, sometimes the songs are protective, I think, of me, because they know who they are more than I do. There's this song called Honey, which they know about. And I put this song on the record. I did not put this song on the record. See, that's the problem.
They got kicked off of mastering.
Yes, by this person. And so I replaced it with, I've had a blank. What's it called? Yeah, the Wrong Band. So the Wrong Band and I've had a very interesting relationship because it's not her fault. It's my fault that I listened to somebody in the room who made a suggestion. I had the whole thing figured out after weeks. You know, you live with it for weeks. I was riding in the desert in a truck, listening to it. I knew where Honey should sit. And then somebody made a comment in the room. And it's not that there isn't a great comment that gets made in the room. Honestly, people come in the room, and a T-boy can come in the room and just go, you know, Tori, I think da-da-da-da, and I'm like, I think you're right. Oh my God, here's a bonus. Take a holiday. So that can happen, but it's knowing when to go, okay, thank you. Thanks very much. And then you revisit, as an artist, you revisit, why did I make that decision? And is it the right decision?
So would you say that's the biggest one that niggles away at you?
When you're not angry, just say, if you're in your life as a musician, building your chord vocabulary, and you're building your rhythm vocabulary, and you're listening to other rhythms and chordal progressions, whether it's over the last 400 years, and you're open to that, and you're discovering things all the time, then what you're doing is you've got this, we're gonna take it here, you've got this sonic greenhouse that whatever emotion you're in, you can tap into these ingredients because you've been working on them when the emotion isn't there. So when I talk about chop wood, carry water, and Fiona, when you ask about the times when, you know, the sparkle dust from the muses is not there, and Fiona's a great writer and writes horror. So you know when those moments feel like I've got nothing. But if we're doing our work, because an artist, part of our work is gathering these potential, I guess, sonic ingredients, so that when you do have that emotion and you do step into it, then my hands can go. I don't always have to really think about it because we've been working on it for 2 years, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Gonna go over.
After I heard some drill and bass music, I got really excited. And then circumstances happened that Tash had nightmares about the bats that were really in the house. So I decided, I was listening to the drill and bass music that Oliver had been playing me, and I thought, okay, I'm really inspired by that, and I haven't really worked with that before. But if I could write a story, a lullaby type thing with this kind of, in this genre, then that could be an interesting pairing. And what I got back from Matt and John was, you try playing this for 5.5 minutes at our age, live on stage. We're gonna need fucking oxygen tank. So I think that came together quite easily, but I don't know how we're gonna do it live.
You can do it. Bring Oliver.
Bring Oliver. He wanted to know which songs on the new record came together more easily and which were more difficult. I think getting Swim to New York State right was tricky. Oh, I had to go to the Cornish coast way down to get it. So we were shooting the visuals and I had the first line. I had that. The visuals in Angizel Beach and Bossy Gran. So it sounds like your bossy gran, but it's not. It's Igran, I think, from Arthur's mother. Anyway, I'm really grateful. I've really experienced a lot of love. I've experienced a lot of love from a lot of people. I would miss, like everybody, you'd miss being here on planet Earth, because I think it's probably the coolest place to be. I have a feeling, even if there are worlds out there, universes, and I don't have that kind of brain, but I really want to make Earth work as long as I can, although I know we all have our time to, what do they say, cross over. There's a time when it's time to cross over. I think, you know, Beanie died in a very, she